Introverts, or those of us with introverted tendencies, tend to recharge by spending time alone. They lose energy when being around people for a long period of time, particularly large crowds. Extroverts, on the other hand, gain energy from other people. Extroverts actually find their energy is sapped when they spend too much time alone. They recharge by being social. In the spirit of comparative immunology, Baker and her colleagues looked at how another mammal, the black flying fox, a type of bat, handles infections. They sequenced its immunity genes, and observed the immune response in normal bat cells. And they found that, unlike us, the bats always have interferons on patrol. Meaning the proteins do not wait to be activated by invaders. And the researchers say that this constant state of high alert may be why bats can carry Ebola, Nipah, and a whole lot of other infections with no symptoms at all. The number one biggest difference between the bacteria in your body and the cells making up your body are these tiny cellular components called organelles. You've actually learned a lot about organelles in other lessons without knowing it. Organelles are simply membrane-bound compartments within a cell, such as the nucleus, mitochondria, chloroplasts, Golgi, and endoplasmic reticulum. Organelles are the biggest difference between bacteria and cells that make up the human body. Organelles. You are a eukaryote. Your cells are eukaryotic. Eukaryotic cells contain membrane-bound organelles, including a nucleus. Eukaryotes can be single-celled or multi-celled, such as you, me, plants, fungi, and insects. In exchange for these services, the grasses offer ruminants a plentiful and exclusive supply of lunch. For cows have evolved the special ability to convert grass, which single-stomached creatures like us can't digest, into high-quality protein. They can do this because they possess what is surely the most highly evolved digestive organ in nature, the rumen. About the size of a medicine ball, the organ is essentially a 45-gallon fermentation tank in which a resident population of bacteria dines on grass. Specific compounds are transformed by and strongly associated with specific bacteria in native biological soil crust, biocrust, using a suite of tools called exometabolomics. Understanding how microbial communities and biocrusts adapt to harsh environments could shed light on the roles of soil microbes in the global carbon cycle. Our field teams have come across fish in distress or even eels stranded, and it is simply that the waters got too hot. Often dissolved oxygen concentrations go down as water temperature increases and animals may seek refuge outside the water, or in fact they may be stranded if the water's evaporating very quickly. Conservationists in New Zealand have come up with a novel way of raising money for one of the country's lesser-known endangered bird species by holding a race to see which male stitch bird, or hi-hi, has the fastest sperm. The Great Hi-Hi Sperm Race will pit samples from birds collected from 4 different hi-hi colonies, and donors can place a $10 bet on which of the 128 samples swims the fastest. Scientists have captured the first footage in the wild of one of the world's rarest and ugliest pigs. The Javan warty pig is under such threat from hunting and habitat loss that conservationists surveying its habitat believed it might already have been driven to extinction. Camera traps have now revealed that small populations survive in Java's increasingly fragmented forests. In most animals, the brain is located in the head, protected by the skull and close to the primary sensory apparatus of vision, hearing, taste and olfaction. In humans, it is an organ of thought. While all vertebrates have a brain, invertebrates have either a centralized brain or collections of individual ganglia. Published March 27 in Scientific Reports, a new study co-led by an NYU School of Medicine pathologist reveals that layers of the body long thought to be dense, connective tissues, below the skin's surface, lining the digestive tract, lungs and urinary systems, and surrounding arteries, veins, and the fascia between muscles are instead interconnected, fluid-filled compartments. Although Botswana's economic outlook remains strong, the devastation that AIDS has caused threatens to destroy the country's future. In 2001, Botswana has the highest rate of HIV infection in the world. With the help of international donors, it launched an ambitious national campaign that provided free antiviral drugs to anyone who needed them, and by March 2004, Botswana's infection rate has dropped significantly. Shoppers hoping to bag a bargain in the post-Christmas sales are much less likely to go through with their purchases if they are using phones and tablets to buy goods online. The current law, which enables employers to fire new staff within the first 90 days without giving a reason, and without facing legal action for unfair dismissal, was introduced in 2009. Under the new law, the 90-day trial will remain as it is for businesses with fewer than 20 employees. Larger businesses will still be able to use the 90-day trial as a probationary period, but with greater protections for employees. The Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index, which measures both American consumers' assessment of current conditions and their expectations, rose to its highest level since 2001. Updated figures from the Commerce Department confirmed earlier 44 estimates that the economy grew by 1.6% year-on-year in 2016, the slowest rate for 5 years, though growth picked up to 1.9% in the final quarter.